we didn't vote for this, we don't deserve this. The largest anti-hunger program in the United States, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, the federal safety net, which has provided food assistance for vulnerable Americans since 1964, when President Johnson started his war on poverty, has just begun their cuts, as required by the Big Beautiful Bill. The Nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimates that these cuts are going to take about $186 billion from SNAP, while also adding work requirements and time limits on the program, while American families are all struggling. Wages are stagnant, inflation is up, groceries are even more expensive than ever, and the Republican government has decided now is the perfect time to decrease their help. And to put it really simply, low-wage families are not going to have the ability to make up the difference. So people are going to suffer. We're talking about housebound seniors not getting enough food, children not eating during the school day, disabled veterans not getting the help they need. And for what? So the richest among us can have even more? Because more than half the benefits of the entire bill go to the top 5% of the nation, while the bottom 40% of the population will actually be paying more. More. Because if you kick 15 million people off their health insurance, their costs will go up while their health goes down. But then they might not be able to go to the hospital because the same bill puts over 300 rural hospitals at risk of shutting down. And as I said at the beginning of this, at least 4 million people are going to be cut off from food assistance while school meals for 18 million children are on the chopping block. Energy costs are up, energy bills are up, college tuition is up, all so that the people who stood behind Trump at the inauguration, the people who hang out with them at like the Bezos wedding, can all high-five each other at frickin' Davos. The American dream only works if hard work matters. If it doesn't matter how hard you work, you're still not going to make it, then you aren't living the dream. You're living a nightmare. A hamster wheel of work where we can't get anywhere and we can't get off. And the big, beautiful bill just locked that in. The rich are looking at us like, run, little rodents, run. You're not going anywhere. And it is far past time for us to wake up and see that.
The protests are coming back and Donald Trump is furious. Remember the No Kings movement? This is the coalition that put millions of people in the streets a few months ago. They are back. They've selected October 18th as their next nationwide day of action. And this is not going to be like a small symbolic gathering. This is Indivisible, the ACLU, teachers unions, Public Citizen, SEIU, Move On, dozens of organizations gearing up to hopefully be even louder and bigger and more defiantly rebuking of Donald Trump's authoritarian power grabs. Now, why October 18th? Organizers say it's a response to Trump's latest escalations. Number one, threatening to send militarized forces to American cities. Number two, detaining immigrants in sprawling prison camps. Number three, musing that maybe we would like a dictator. And that is not subtle rhetoric. It's the sort of rhetoric that we would instantly condemn if it came from any other country. But in this case, it's coming from the president of the United States. Now, here's the thing about Donald Trump. Trump loves to talk big. He says he's alpha. He wants to be liked desperately. He needs the constant praise and the cheers and the rallies and movements of people who describe him as a hero. But when movements of people are against him, it cuts through his ego. It is humiliating for Donald Trump. It gnaws at the one thing he can't stand, which is the idea that millions of people might not like the guy. Now, at the first No Kings protests, Trump was rattled, and now he is staring down the prospect of even larger crowds right as his approval ratings are sliding and his agenda is stalling. And he hates nothing more than the optics of dissent that he can't control. And he can't control the protests. That is for sure. The organizers are not pulling punches. In their words, Trump is disappearing migrants, sending troops into our cities, threatening to interfere in elections, rigging maps, and trying to help his billionaire buddies while the average family struggles. All true. So the goal is for October 18th to be bigger. More cities, more people, more disruption, because as the protesters argue, America has no kings. I want to hear from you. Are you going to protest on October 18th? What I hope for is that, yes, Trump can threaten, Trump can intimidate, Trump can try to silence the opposition, But if millions of people show up again, he will be forced to watch in real time as the country rejects his strongman fantasy, and by the way, his need to be loved as well. Now, I think it's important to mention one other thing, as we are now about 6 weeks out from these protests. We know that authoritarians love to suppress protests. They love it. One of the things that is real right now is that Trump has shown a willingness to deploy military to city streets that no recent president has shown. And so while I support the protests, I also want people to be safe. And we have to contend with the reality. This doesn't mean don't go. This means be prepared. We have to contend with the reality that by the time of these protests, the streets might be even further militarized than they are today. And so we have time to talk about that, but we do need a plan for that. And we will discuss it as we get closer.
We missed it last night, but big names in tech came to the White House. And there was one big notable absence, Elon Musk. Compared to early 2025 and 2024, well, this is quite a contrast here. Instead, Musk saying that he would be sending a representative to this meeting, that he couldn't make it. But of course, it was just this summer that Musk said that he thought that Donald Trump should be impeached. He called the big beautiful bill anything but big and beautiful. And he said that he was gonna start a new political party, the American Party, to take on the Republican Party. Trump, of course, this summer called him crazy, though he gave him a gold key to the White House in May upon his formal departure. This is a feud that is still playing out in real time. This was Trump just this week.
He's got, 80% super genius, and then 20% he's got some problems. And when he works out the 20%, he'll be great. But he's got some difficulty, but I liked him. I always like him. I like him now, but he went off the reservation. And he wished he didn't do it.
And of course, Trump threatened to cancel all of the federal contracts for Elon Musk. And yet, here we are. Instead of Musk now in the White House with him, you see Mark Zuckerberg sitting by his side, and Trump even joking, seemingly joking, that this was the beginning of his political career.
This is the beginning of your political career.
No, it's not.
Of course, we have seen these private companies have high concern about their relationship, especially amid a trade war with Trump. And it was just back at Inauguration Day that a lot of these same folks sat in the front row ahead of his own cabinet secretaries. And so clearly there's an acknowledgement that they need Donald Trump on their side, or at least that's their perspective, because they were all there at the White House, well, except Elon Musk.
So it's really bad when business leaders and investors are silently screaming that this administration is tanking this entire country. Okay, I had to take a lot of notes here. Do you guys know who billionaire Ray Dalio is? He's the founder of the world's largest hedge fund, and he actually took a big risk to speak out against this administration, their ineptness, and where this country is headed. And he did not use gentle words to describe the fears he has. He gave a stark warning about the state of this country's discourse and the direction of the economy tanking. He said investors and business leaders are afraid to say what a horrible job the Trump administration is doing for fear of retaliation. He calls what he's seeing as a dangerous suppression of economic debate. His statement carries significant weight with foreign governments, central banks, and multiple industries. So it's not like nobody's noticing what he's saying. He calls what's happening an impending debt-induced heart attack that could strike swiftly and severely within the next 3 years, gutting the American economy. He said under Trump, the national debt has climbed to $37 trillion, and investment payments on this debt will consume a large share of the federal budget, meaning our tax dollars are not coming back to us. He said, many in the business world are deeply concerned with the Trump administration's approach to removing the Federal Reserve's independence, and that would pose a very serious danger to the global economy. He cited this administration's autocratic moves by having the government acquire significant stake in the chip maker, Intel. Very true. calling it evidence that we are moving towards an authoritarianism that existed in the world, around the world, in the 1930s and 1940s. But he circled back to how deadly the silence is by business leaders who are afraid that the orange man will retaliate. He said we're at an economic crisis point where all business leaders need to be screaming what it is they really are seeing and feeling. Now, to be fair, he's the most famous, largest, most powerful one, being the most vocal. But Citadel's billionaire founder, Ken Griffin, has been calling out the administration. For instance, he stated, "Shame on you," to the administration for attacking Walmart just because Walmart expressed concerns about the tariffs. And then BlackRock CEO Larry Fink stated publicly that most CEOs he's met with privately believe the United States has been pulled into a recession under the Trump administration, and they won't state it publicly for fear of political backlash and market repercussions, because this administration is controlling the markets to make Trump and his buddies even more money. And all Trump has to do is post something on Truth Social to affect somebody's stocks, company's stocks, or just have Pam Bondi or somebody file a lawsuit against that company, and it causes the market, that stock, to move around. But I can't believe that these billionaires don't have the balls to say what they're really seeing and really thinking. How pathetic. And people like us who are just barely trying to get by have more balls than them collectively, a millionfold. Anyway, America's getting great.
Donald Trump, a president who campaigned on a promise to the American people. This is how the story went. During the campaign, the economy was broken and he alone could fix it. So naturally, the Trump administration is on a spin cycle today.
So we're very, very excited about where things are going. It's a little bit of a disappointing job number, but I pretty much expect it's going to revise up.
It's just not an acceptable thing that the jobs numbers are so unreliable that they're being revised all the heck over the place. A completely different story if we have 1 million fewer jobs, as happened the last time that there was a revision. And so that's one reason why President Trump thinks we need a new set of eyes over there at BLS to fix this problem.
Hours before the American people even knew anything about these rather brutal jobs numbers, Trump was playing one of his favorite games, explaining which numbers were real and which ones were fake. Watch.
Can you commit to saying the data will be credible?
The number, I don't know, they come out tomorrow, but the real numbers that I'm talking about are going to be whatever it is, but will be in a year from now when these monstrous, huge, beautiful places, they're palaces of genius. And when they start opening up, you're seeing, I think you'll see job numbers that are going to be absolutely incredible. Right now, it's a lot of construction numbers, but you're going to see job numbers like our country has never seen before.
It's not clear what he's talking about, but the important piece of news there seems to be that there won't be any, quote, real numbers for at least a year. Not for nothing. It is worth nodding to the bravery these days associated with compiling and publicly releasing real numbers that are so bad, such poor economic data. Remember, the last person who did that is now the former commissioner of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. She was fired for simply doing her job and telling the truth. Which brings us back to where we started, the absolutely toxic and acidic nature of the Trump presidency, which is fueled on retribution and revenge and spin and lies. And what it means not just for the soul of our nation, but for the stability and strength and very basic ability to function as an economy as well.
Donald Trump just straight up admitted that he moved an entire branch of the U.S. military because he wanted to punish a state for allowing mail-in voting.
Okay, so Huntsville, Alabama, we love Alabama. I only won it by about 47 points. I don't think that influenced my decision, though, right? That didn't, right? The problem I have with Colorado, one of the big problems, they do mail-in voting. They went to all mail-in voting. So they have automatically crooked elections, and we can't have that. When a state is for mail-in voting, that means they want dishonest elections because that's what that means. So that played a big factor also.
In case the gravity of that sentence wasn't clear to you, keep in mind that this is yet another example of the U.S. president weaponizing a branch of the military against the American people and knowingly harming the economic well-being of an entire state in an attempt to violate the constitutional rights of that state and her people to control their own elections. And yeah, I know that his squad of handlers went up afterward to clean up on his oopsie of an admission and give all kinds of additional justifications for why we're moving the Space Force to Alabama. But that doesn't change the fact that the President of the United States admitted that his reason for the move was punishing Colorado. When a president uses the armed forces to strong-arm the states into bending to his will, you are no longer looking at a democracy. That is not what democratic presidents do. It's what fascists do.
So you can still get the COVID vaccines, and Medicare will still pay for them, and Medicaid will still pay for them.
Head of the CDC that if she refused to sign off on your changes to the childhood vaccine schedule, that she had to resign?
No, I told her that she had to resign because I asked her, are you a trustworthy person? And she said no. So if you had an employee who told you they weren't trustworthy, would you ask them to resign, Senator?
So I'm sorry, but this is not what she has said publicly. She has said
I'm not surprised about that.
So you're saying she's lying?
Yes. Every conversation I had with her, there were
witnesses. And let me get this straight. This is the same person that less than a month earlier, you stood next to her and described her as unimpeachable. And you had full confidence in her, and that you had full confidence in her scientific credentials. And in a month, she became a liar?
Yeah, you should ask her what changed. And by the way, a month ago, you were voting against her. Oh, because you thought she was either incompetent, ineligible, or unsuited to the task.
I voted against her because I was afraid she was going to bend the knee to you and Donald Trump. And it looks like she didn't bend the knee, so you fired her. Look, you're putting America's babies' health at risk, America's seniors' health at risk, all Americans' health at risk, and you should resign.
I saw somebody online say that he sounds like their Keurig machine.
Right. I've always said he's the not so great Gonzo. You know, the not so great Gonzo.
So great.
Right. So, and again, according to, him, it's a vocal paralysis problem he got from an infection. I think the same place he ate the raw dog sushi that he got the brainworm from or something.
They gave him the brainworms. Yeah.
Right. But he has. But word on the street and from the Daily Beast is that it's actually because he smoked so much crack back in the day that he fried his vocal cords. Yeah, which is apparently true. So but again, I have a lot of respect for addicts and people who've gotten over that phase in their life, trying to make something better of themselves. I do have a chip on my shoulder about the ones who've done it and think that they are experts on health, because a lot of people will trade one addiction for another. And in the case of RFK Jr., it's obviously sex addiction, and he, which I don't believe is a thing, but I'm using as a placeholder for just being a skeevy jerk.
Let me show you what an ice stakeout looks like. I was out riding my electric bike around D.C., and I stumbled upon this SUV. Now, you can only see 2 people in this video, but there's 4 people in this vehicle wearing vests that say police on them. Now, what police are they? They're ICE police, which means they don't have as much jurisdiction as they pretend to have. And they're staking out a restaurant, watching the workers. So when Donald Trump told you they're going after the violent thug criminal gang members, they are targeting workers. In fact, I just heard a story the other day about ICE arresting firefighters while they were literally putting a fucking fire out. Since I'm in DC, I went to one of the neighborhoods that's most highly patrolled by ICE and federal agents, and I asked them, hey, what do you feel about the federal presence in your neighborhood? So do you live in the area?
Yes, sir, I do.
Have you seen a lot of feds and ICE in the area as of late?
Yes.
And how do people that live here feel about that?
We're scared because they're snatching up everybody and anybody.
Do you live or work here?
I live and work here also.
Okay, so you live here and work here. Yeah. And have you seen an increase of ICE and federal agents in the area?
A bunch. Like they just started right now. It's like been going a lot less, but at the beginning it was a lot of people. So our business went really down a lot because usually I'll have like a bunch of like 15 people packed up in my store, but now it's like nobody. Like there's the same people that used to come, like, you know, come order food from us and stuff like that, would tell us like, I'm not coming here no more because it's getting too dangerous.
I found it interesting. You said that your shop was packed, but now it's not because people now feel like it's dangerous.
Yes, exactly.
They didn't feel like it was dangerous before the feds were here.
No, not at all.
I also talked to 4 other businesses who specifically said business is down next to zero since ICE and federal agents have entered the neighborhood, but they were unwilling to say that on camera for the sake of their own business. It is extremely important that America understands what ICE is doing in these neighborhoods. They are tearing apart the neighborhood. They are scaring the residents. They are making it more dangerous to live there. They are hurting local businesses. They are harassing people, snatching them off the street, no due process, and all in the name of what?
It's time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. It's gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well, yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John. Testing. Test. 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Can you guys hear me? Let's see. Let's see if I'm coming through loud and clear. Hello. There's a bit of a delay. There it goes. Test. There's like an 8-second delay between when I really say something and it comes through on the iPad. All right, I see his thumbs ups and everything. Thanks everyone for being here. It's now 11:27 a.m. in the Pacific time zone of the United States of America in Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's currently 86 degrees. We have an expected high of 98 degrees. All night long, all day, yesterday, all night, I've been on my phone. I get all these stupid weather alerts for flash flood warnings, and lightning strike was two miles away and all this shit. And I look out the window and there's no rain. we have flash flood warnings and we have lightning strikes, but no rain. I haven't seen any rain. But I think the rain is going right around us. Anyhow, guys, thanks for being here. I do see Sandy Foltz is first in the chat. I got Susie Jones in there and Paul Burrows, the top 3. Paul Burrows says, drinking a large amount of water every day helps you avoid other people's drama because you're too busy peeing. But stay hydrated, he says. All right, Paul Burrows starting off with the comedy. This is the comedy. Roxanne79 says, hi, TJ and loungers. Hello, Roxanne. Good to see you. And followed up by Jen, up the base. So, Trucker John, thank you for working so hard for us, TJ. You are the best. Thank you, Jen. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Belfast Bob from Ireland is here. Hey, Belfast Bob. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on in. I don't know what Nick has got a wrench in the thing. I don't know. I don't know. I hope, are we working? Is this thing working? Is this on? Hello, hello, hello. I don't know why all the wrenches are emojis, but anyhow, let's see. We got Michael McAndrews is here, and Nick Rich is here, by the way, and Aaron apparently. Yeah, there's Aaron. Okay, Aaron is here. We got David in Grand Prairie, Texas, is here. Says, "Hi all." Leaning on in here. Where's the weight? Chris Doug is here. Hey, Chris Doug, good to see you. Thanks for coming here. Safety first, my friend. Safety first. So Saturday in the lounge after the world's greatest live stream ever. Time well spent. Yeah, it's back to back. Back to back greatness. Now, just before I logged in and got the show going, I looked at my, YouTube has it's called YouTube Studio, and that's where you can get your analytics and of all your videos and stuff, and it has the up to the minute subscriber amount, and we were at 3,998 just prior to me turning the show on. So there's a good chance we might hit 4,000 during this show, and if we do, I don't have a dandelion. So if we do hit 4,000, I'll get a dandelion, and either I'll do it on the next show, the eating of the dandelion on Monday, or I could do a special live stream, like if I get one tomorrow or something. But there's a good chance we could hit 4K today. I think we have a really good chance. I kind of like my chances. William's here. Hey, William, good to see you. Thanks for coming on into the driver's lounge and hanging out with us for a bit. Jen up the base. What happened? This thing jumped. Chris Doug, while Hal claims the world's greatest live stream, I have to give the nod to Trucker John. TJ has a certain je ne sais quoi. Thank you, Jen. Jen is really kissing up today. Kissing up hard. I'm just kidding. Roxanne says, hey, everyone. I'm out walking Daisy, and she's lying down under a tree in the neighbor's yard. I'm stuck. Daisy's like, you know what? This spot looks really comfy and cozy. I think I'll just hang here for a bit. You don't mind, do you? Roxy? I wonder if Daisy calls you Roxy in her little doggy mind. Robert Perez from down San Diego way is here. Hey, Robert, good to see you. Robert says, howdy, lovers of democracy, and to hell with Trump. Amen, brother, amen. Because that's where he deserves to go. Hey, the Surrender Monkey's here. I haven't seen Surrender Monkey in the chat in a long time. Been a long time. Where you been, Surrender Monkey? Have you been surrendering your monkey? That didn't sound right. Roxanne said we made it back in the AC few. She's so bouncy, she likes to play with her leash. Now she's laying down on the cool floor. The Lucky Minute is is in the driver's lounge. That Lucky Minute says there will be a little pain. Trump. Yeah, I recall. I think I recall Trump saying that. Yeah, there might be a little pain. Little pain. Meanwhile, people are losing their jobs. He doesn't realize that when a person loses their job, an average person, that they're like one paycheck away from losing everything, from losing their house or losing their apartment, losing, having shit shut down. One paycheck. These motherfuckers, these billionaires, they cannot fucking relate. They're unrelatable. That's why we don't need them running the country, because they can't relate to their constituents. Maybe we should make a law that you can't be in Congress or the president if you make more than well, I was gonna say like $100,000 a year, but the presidential salary is like $475,000. So they would have to either reduce that, or they could make it like, okay, no one could be a president that makes more than $475,000. But then they have ways around that. Then they say they make $1 a year. And then everything else is stuffed in some annuity or some CD or some horseshit. Okay, so I don't know all the all the technical stuff to do it, but there should be a way where we don't have multimillionaires and billionaires running the country, because they can't relate to us. That's why the top 1% gets all their attention, because they can relate more to them than they can to us. Nick Rich 1120 is when he checked in there. So I'm 15 minutes behind. 15 minutes. 15 minutes behind ya. 15 little minutes. It's all I am. It's just a 15 little minutes behind. The Lucky Minute says this was 2 hours of straight lies from him. Oh, I think you're referring to RFK Jr. Yeah. I'm glad they grilled his ass. He deserved every minute that he got grilled. He deserved it. Whether it's going to lead to anything, as far as him being fired or resigning, who knows? And like we said yesterday, whoever replaces him, I don't think is going to be any better. I don't think, but I could be wrong. I don't know, this thing kind of skipped down. Let's see what happened here. I kind of lost my place, but oh, there it is. Well, I don't know. Somehow I lost my place, but yeah, in those clips there, and then the one I played was the lady. The lady was talking about. She was reading all the economic reports and how the billionaires are kind of freaking out, and kind of the main reason I posted that intro is because I was thinking the same exact thing, at least the way she ended it, when she was saying how the billionaires don't have any balls, because I was thinking the same exact thing this morning when I was watching a clip where it showed Trump with Zuckerberg next to him and these assholes at the table, and my exact thoughts were, why don't these motherfuckers grow a pair of balls, man? I mean, okay, I get it. They they're trying to kiss up to him or cozy up to him, so he doesn't do things that are going to be detrimental to their businesses. But fuck, I mean, it's almost like, it really is almost like sitting next to Hitler. And I know we don't like to use that comparison because people, will say he's not, Trump isn't Hitler. He hasn't, done those things. But and then like we always say, well, yeah, Hitler didn't do that on day one. It took a few years for him to get to that level. But it's like, at some point you got to say, you know what? Yeah, I would like to maybe have the ear of the president, so I can talk about policies that are going to affect my business. But to sit there like Zuckerberg, like right next to Trump, that's a horrible image. I would not want that to be a photograph or a video that's going to be seen for generations to come. That would be horrible. I would look back on that and go, "Oh my God! Please, someone destroy all the copies of that video and that photo, all the screenshots, all the still images of that. Please, just destroy them." And so, while they are going there and cozying up to him, I think a lot of the big business people, the CEOs, the tycoons, whatever, they are. I think they are getting upset, and I've actually been saying this for a while now. I mean, he's going to lose their support if he keeps going in this direction. And when that happens, he's gonna lose MAGA, and he doesn't have us. He doesn't have the liberals or the Democrats. He's gonna lose MAGA. Eventually, he's gonna lose the billionaires if he keeps tanking the economy. But we'll see. I guess we'll see. Roxanne says, did anyone see Dinky's latest lie social? His horrific threat of war on Chicago and his demented photo said, I love the smell of deportation in the morning with Chicago's skyline on fire. I have not seen that, Roxanne. I have not. And just the thought that we have a president who he thinks this is funny. He thinks he's trolling. I guess he is trolling, and he thinks it's funny. But you're the president of the goddamn United States, Trump. Shit like that is not funny. Donald Trump is a horrible human being. He's horrible. Swindler Monkey says Elizabeth Warren is one of America's greatest assets. Yeah, I love Elizabeth Warren. I voted for her in the primary election, the primary part of the election in 2020. Damon Dog, the big dog, is here. Hey, Damon Dog. Damon says, hello, truckers. I'm going to be listening while I clean. Ugh, I need a cheap house cleaner. Don't we all? Paul Burrows says, this fucker was at the Nez Perce tribal hatchery in Idaho where I work. Says we poor Indians are starving. Trump was there? Was it Trump? Or was it? I guess it was Trump. In any case. Yeah, Penny. Hey, Penny to Crates here. I haven't seen Penny in a while. Penny to Crate says Robert F. Kennedy is a delusional, lying, dangerous critter. A critter. He certainly is dangerous. We're seeing measles outbreaks that we haven't seen in decades, thanks to RFK's anti-vax policies, making vaccinations harder to get, and then people who believe that way, or who, I don't know, maybe are gullible or whatever, and they believe him. They're like, oh, this is the head of the HHS. He must know what he's talking about, or some shit, you know? I guess I won't say anything, although I do think that one person was being sarcastic. But I didn't read them all, so anyhow. Sort of says, and when they came for me, there was nobody left to object. Nick Rich, Dandelion Day is approaching. There's the Damon dog saying hello. Hello. Yep, Susie Jones says just need a few more to make 4K. I think we only need 2 more. 2 more to hit 4K. West Webb, oh my, this sick music is chasing me away already. Yeah, you don't have to be here. This is a free country, West Webb. You can leave anytime. West Webb, Little Johnny Fowler Show. He's been planning it since he was 5. That's funny, Wes. I'm just reading all the deleted chats of our troll. Sorry, I shouldn't even bring it up. I know I'm not supposed to bring it up, but still, I have to read some of them. They kind of crack me up. I guess because I have a sick sense of humor. Anyhow, hopefully, what Hal Sparks says about getting trolls, that it puts us out in the algorithm. So hopefully, at least that particular troll we had will serve some sort of purpose, be useful in some way, and help get us out in the algorithm a little bit, and maybe get those 2 more subs we need. Hey, we got Linda Lou, Still Blue. Greetings from Palm Springs. Hey, Linda Lou, good to see you. Thanks for coming on into the Old Drivers Lounge. Come on in, hang out for a little bit with us. We're just kicking back on this beautiful Saturday. We're trying to survive. We're trying to make the best of it. We're living not just one day at a time. I think we're living like 1 minute at a time under Trump. So we need all the, I think we need all the camaraderie and support that we can give one another. Sorry about that if I made a noise with my mic on a stick. Anyhow, I'm trying to get through all the stuff here. The Soulcraft is here. Hey, Soulcraft, good to see you. Soulcraft, thanks for coming and hanging out with us for a little bit. Ivy Joe Rains, what did I walk into? I leave for a few minutes and see this offensive crap spelled out. We may have gotten 2 trolls. So hey, I think is that a good sign? It might be a good sign. I don't know. West Webb, coffee. How much are you willing to pay for coffee? I know everything's going up. Thanks to Trump. Thank you, Trump. When you see these high prices, especially trolls that are in here, when you go to the store and you see the high prices, like things spiking and almost doubling or whatever, be sure to thank your glorious leader, Donald Trump, for making your food prices, so high. West Webb says, I've been saving some huge dandelions. Don't let the gardeners cut them down. Why are you saving dandelions? Don't tell me you're going to make dandelion soup, Wes. Why are you saving the dandelions? Rick Sanchez is here. Hey, Rick, good to see you. Thanks for coming on in. We love everyone. Aaron West with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Aaron. Yippee, going out to Aaron. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to give you a thumbs up and a heart. Aaron says, like, subscribe, and share. That's right. Hit that sub button if you haven't subbed. So far, we've got 55 watching, 58 thumbs up. So we are acting like good Democrats in spite of the trolls we might have in here. We are at a surplus, like a good Democrat. So there you go. Josh is here. Josh says, my dog doesn't want to get out of bed today. Lazy dog. Rick Sanchez, he is about to change the law. Who's changing the law? I may have skipped something. I don't know. Wes Webb says, there is no hell for me, so none for you either. Surrender, but don't give yourself away. That last part sounded like a Cheap Trick song. I don't know. Roxanne says, Daisy calls me Mama Rocks. There we go. Robert Pierpont. I haven't seen Robert Pierpont in a long time, so I haven't been here much either. Yeah, Robert Pierpont. Where have you been? Good to see you. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for coming on in. Coming on in. Get up the bass. Trucker John, you look particularly handsome today, TJ. Dandelion smoke session getting exciting. Okay, you can tone down. You don't have to kiss my ass, okay, so much, Jen up the bass. I'm not Trump, okay? I'm not like Trump. You don't have to, blow smoke up my ass. Dandelion smoke up my ass. All right? Yeah, so Rick Sanchez, I guess, is another troll. Trolly. I've been told that I shouldn't address the trolls or whatever. I don't know. I guess, not supposed to water the trolls. We got Pookie, 2 poos, said that made me laugh. I'm not sure what that was, but that made you laugh. But There is some funny stuff. Thank you, trolls, for being here. I do want to thank you guys for being here, the trolls, boosting us in the algorithm. I just want to thank you for that. Robert Pierpont says, typically you have to surrender your monkey when they get to breeding age. There you go. There you go. Pookie Tupu says, I'm trying to sub to you with all my accounts. You need to be patient. All right, I will sit here patiently waiting. Paul Burrows says, I'll be 71 November 9th, and I have to look for a job. That sucks. That really sucks. I mean, I guess it sucks. Maybe, I mean, you tell me if it sucks. I mean, I guess I shouldn't, project that onto you. You might be looking forward to looking for a job or something. Poor Aaron, I think, is working overtime today. Janet Debate Structure John, the trolls are here. They know the power of TJ, so they feed the monster. Let's fucking go. Wes Webb with the $2.22 super chat. Thank you, Wes Webb. Yippee. Thumbs up and a heart for you. It says, love is surrendering to the will of the lowered. The lowered? Was that a word? Rick Sanchez, I don't care about pores. What do you think of that grammar there, Jen? Hey, Jen, what do you think about that grammar? I don't care about the pores. I know we're not supposed to water the trolls. I forgot. Don't feed the trolls. The Lucky Minute says, you've made it when you get the troll bot's attention. Jonathan Earl is here. Hey, Jonathan, I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for coming on in. I don't think I've seen you in a while. Maybe I have seen you in a while. Anyhow, it says, now that we know any R word can just do the job of a senator or congressman, maybe we should make a lottery system chosen at random. That way the lobbyists have no idea who they buy off. And I know, that's sort of rhetorical, and I don't think you really expect me to answer that. But I would just suggest that from now on, what I've done, whenever I feel like I'm going to say the R word, I just substitute it with moron. Okay? I think we're still safe in the world of political correctness. I think we can still say moron without getting in trouble. So that's just my only suggestion. You don't have to take the suggestion. You could tell me to go fuck off. But I would highly recommend, instead of using the R word, I would just switch it out with moron. And boy, something's going on. Damn, I can't scroll back because of all the stuff, all the stuff I guess Aaron is doing, and now I can't scroll back. It makes it jump, and then I can't scroll back. Anyhow, that's okay. So Monkey, okay, I'm back. I'm only half drunk and need I don't know. See, it jumped. It's jumping. The chat's jumping. I can't read the chats now. It's jumping around too much. Chris Doug says, trolls, welcome to the algorithm. And then boom, see, it jumped. It jumped and disappears. Yeah, I can't do it. I'm going to have to skip down a lot. Anyhow, all the folks. I mean, these you got to realize these probably aren't even real people, guys. They're bots or they're paid trolls. Oh, they probably don't even live in America, so don't get too worked up about them. And I can't scroll back. I keep, that's what's kind of pissing me off because I'm trying to read and then it just it jumps and then I big chunk of the chat is gone. Anyhow, yes, that's who you're talking about. Rick Sanchez is obviously a troll, probably a bot or a paid troll or whatever. That's fine. That's fine. Just know they're just in here to try to stir up trouble and to trigger people. So I guess we just ignore them. They don't want real engagement, like real honest conversation. They're just here to try to get everybody upset. So just I just ignore them. Susie wants to report them. If you want to report them, go ahead. It's up to you. It's all personal preference. All I know is that I can't read the chat because half of it's disappearing right in front of my eyes. Like Courtney says, Rick Sanchez is a troll. Let him boost the channel algorithm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I guess that's true. If what Hal says about that, if that's true. I don't know if that was true. It seems like I would have like 100,000 subscribers right now or something. I don't know. Thomas Walker's here. Hey, Thomas, good to see you. Thanks for coming on in. Wes Webb says, without love, joy is not to be found, for love is surrender to joy's will. Sing about love and strength. It can give you, sing how you're ready to face life. Okay, I'm not going to read Wes's post anymore either because I feel like he's just copying something out of some hymn book or something. Trying to make this into church. This ain't church, man. Josh says, remember when trolling was just a fishing technique? Susie Jones says, Azolda's in. I think it's completely appropriate. See, now, the way this chat has been skipping and jumping and I can't go back, I didn't even know that Azolda's in was here. So I just want to say hi to Azolda's in. I didn't see you come in because the chat is going crazy right now. My chat on my device here, it's just jumping, and then once it jumps, it disappears. And so anyhow, Suzanne Forsepi's here. Hey, Suzanne, good to see you. Thanks for coming on in. I do appreciate you hanging out with us today as I try to read the chat as it very quickly disappears right in front of my eyes. Wes Webb says 25,000 human beings, mostly infants, starve, and then it disappeared. Boom, gone. Sorry. That's the way it goes, man. Robert Pepon says, imagine being someone who looks up to someone with brainworms and thinks, I so relate to him. Yeah. And that's in reference to what I said earlier about how dangerous he is, because he's the head of the HHS. Talking about RFK Jr., right? And there might be people that go, hey, man, this dude said vaccines are bad for you or something. Chris Doug says, someone from the chat may have to rescue me in a rowboat. Well, it's a good thing you got your life vest on. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Karen Ames is here. Hi, everyone. I just found you all. Hey, Karen, thanks for being here, by the way. I do appreciate you finding us. Make sure you give me a like, a subscribe, and a share. We're trying to get to 4,000. I think we'll hit it really, really soon. So if you could give me a sub, that would be awesome. Karen says, I've never watched Trucker John before. Well, welcome to the channel, Karen. I'm here Monday through Saturday. We do a show here, if you want to call it a show. We do a thing where I sit and read your guys' chats back to you. That's basically what it is. But it seems to go over pretty well. Jenna Bay says, Karen Ames, welcome. Say disappeared. Something about me being the best. Be best. Here's how Jen. I'm sure this is how Jen said it. He probably said, Karen Ames, Trucker John, be best. I'm sure that's how he sounded. MJ Daniels here from up there in Washington State says, trolls are just adorable. Almost. See, I have to read fast. It disappears. It disappears on me. Nick Rich says, dandelion time. It's dandelion time. Chris Doug says, AM, what country are you in? I guess I'm just going to have to read further down. Jonathan Earl, really interesting, huh? It's a shame I blocked him. Paul Burrows, the American dream, you have to be asleep to believe it. Suzanne Fersepi says, I'm always respectful and polite to everyone, Trucker John. And I believe you, and I think that's true. And I appreciate that, Suzanne. I appreciate that. Roger Dodgers here. Let's see. Nick Rich says, a hate bot with numerous accounts. No surprise. Well, surprise, surprise, surprise. Golly. Damon Dog break time. It's dandelion time again. It's the only thing that keeps it together. Oh, yeah. West Web, I never see the trolls. I think that they are old friends who changed their names. Probably. That's probably all your friends. All the trolls that are in here saying some really awful, horrible shit are probably all your friends, Wes. They're probably your buddies, I bet. It makes perfect sense now. It's making perfect sense. West Web, my dog Damon is no troll. I never said it anyway. Susie, Hans? Hans, baby, booby, Hans. Nick Rich, please ban the hate bot. Karen Ames says, hey, Soulcraft, Surrender Monkey, Suzanne Ferzepi. Karen's saying hi to everybody. Damon Dog says, troll spelled out the N-word, thinks ICE should started with the kids. Most of them I'm not seeing. Erin is doing his best job she can. She's deleting all those. Yeah, no racial slurs, none of that, guys. We don't go for that. So if you're a troll and you don't want to get blocked or deleted, you might want to be a little more tactful and not do that. If your aim is to be in here as long as possible and troll as long as possible, then don't put the N-word in there or any other like racial slur or anything like that. You trolls, you got to learn how to have some tactfulness, for God's sakes. You're the most, well, because most of you are either bots or you're just foreigners who have no idea really how to even speak American English. So you're just like, I don't like the pores. All right. You Macedonian troll farmer. West Web, I won't be charged. Okay. I don't see. I have no flow with or whatever with the chat because it's half of it's being deleted, and then the other half of it jumps up and gets erased before I can read it. So crazy day. It's if we hit 4K today, this will forever be known as the 4K day, and 4K day is turning out to be a kind of a crazy day in the old chat room today. West Webb says seems like they were testing my account from multiple angles. Susie Jones, I like ice crushed. Yeah, I like my ice crushed. Azolda Zinn sent a Trucker John gift membership. Thank you, Azolda Zinn. Yippee! Those get yippies also. Anything you do to support the show is going to get a yippee, and that's one of them. So thank you, Azolda. And it looks like that membership went to Robert Perez. All righty. So thank you, Azolda. And I'm glad Robert got that. That's pretty cool. And Aaron's working overtime today. I'll tell you that much for sure. Karen Ames says, I now keep a fraud alert on my credit card. Just Web. We had someone try to charge airline tickets and an Uber. Oh, wow. Suzanne ate spaghetti and baked squash for lunch today. Very nice. David Dog says, that was me, Wes. Thank you for my new purchases. Okay. That's funny. Belfast Bob this troll, try harder. The hate bot is really. Oh, Nick, see, it's jumping around so much, I can't even keep track of who's saying what. Nick Rich says this hate bot is really hateful, and then Belfast Bob is saying, for fuck's sakes, troll, try harder or something. David Dog says, please hit the unlike button on your way out. There you go. Karen says trolls might learn something useful here if they pay attention. Josh says 4K achieved. Congratulations, yippee! Thank you so much. I don't see it on mine yet. It hasn't updated, but hopefully if that's true, then thank you so much, yippee! If we hit 4K. Aaron says Trucker John, you are at 4K. Thank you so much, guys. Yippee! Did we do it? Did we do it? My thing still says $39.99 or whatever, but I'm gonna take you guys' word for it. We're at 4K. Tim Farrell's here. Hey, Tim Farrell, good to see you. I don't know. I was gonna do a little dance or something. The 4K dance or something. I don't have my dandelion with me, or I don't. I mean, not that I have one. I don't have a dandelion. Like I said, we'll do a special. Either I'll do a special show later, or we'll wait till Monday for the dandelion. But Tim Farrell is here. That post has disappeared now. Christina Weibel is here. Hey, Christina, thank you so much. Glad to see you here. Man, the chat is scrolling by so fast I can't even keep up. Belfast Bob, where's 007 Troll Slayer? Oh yeah, we need the Troll Slayer today. Absolutely. Michael McAndrews, what happened to immigration reform and making sure we had allowed a path to citizenship so we're not like Nazis? All right. I'm gonna go look at see if I can get into my YouTube studio and where the hell is it? Whoops. Let me find my YouTube studio. Where did I put it? I can't. See, everything on my iPod is different than the way I have my phone set up. And then, for some odd reason, I'm not sure why everything's different, but like I don't even know where I put. I don't even. I might not even have YouTube Studio on here on my iPod. I just wanted to look real quick and see if I could get the actual number to see if it's updated on there. I don't think I even have it loaded on my iPad, unfortunately. I guess I could go if I go over here. There's got to be a way I can go to Studio from my page. I think. I don't know. Maybe not. Okay, here's YouTube Studio. I'm now in YouTube Studio. I'm going to see if it's officially at 4,004. Woo-hoo-hoo! We're at 4,004 subscribers officially on my YouTube Studio. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Yippee. Yippee going out to you. You guys were right. You guys were right. Yep. 4,004 now. It just hasn't updated on my on the channel on the live stream. It hasn't updated. I do see people. I may have skipped a bunch of super chats. Thank you guys so much. Let's see. I saw. I think I'll get to it. You guys, thank you so much. 4,000 subscribers. Woo-hoo-hoo! All right, I don't have a dandelion. I wish I had one with me. I would just do it right now. I'm looking around like there's a dandelion in the house. I know there's a bunch of like little bushes and stuff out there. I don't think there's any dandelions out there. I looked out the window to see, and there's no dandelions there. Petrozzi 20 is here. Hey there. Christina Weibel's here. Thanks so much. Bonnie Thompson is here. Thank you so much. Kimchi is here. The goddess Kimchi. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being a part of this 4,000. Thank you for being a part of this momentous day where we hit 4,000 subscribers. We've been trying and trying. I've been trying to get here. It seems like forever. It seems like it's been months and months and months and months. I've been trying to get to 4,000. Today's the day. Mark it down on your calendar. September 6th. September 6th, 2025. 4,000. I don't know why I picked up this remote. It has nothing to do with it. But thanks, you guys. And I see you guys' names, and I just know how important all of you guys are. Like Kim Chi's been here from the beginning, and then we got new people like Karen Ames. It looks like just came in today. So we've got the newest from the oldest, or from the ones that have been around the longest. I appreciate all of you so much to get us to 4,000. It's amazing. Just to think, when I first started doing this just a few years ago, literally had like 5 people. 5 people that would come in here, and sub. And that goes back even to West Webb, one of the first originals. Of course, Jolie, who's not here today, but she's busy doing stuff. I know Aaron's been here a long time. Nick Rich, has been here for a long, long time. Michael McAndrews, Damon Dog, One Vision's been in here. I mean, all you guys, man. I couldn't have done it without you. I could not have gotten to 4,000 without you guys. Obviously, because I can't subscribe 4,000. I can't even subscribe to myself. But thank you guys for being here and for making it possible. Now we got to get to 5,000. Now I'm going to start harping on 5,000. And 5,000 does seem a little bit more, a little bit more of a milestone, because it's like halfway to 10,000. So yeah, the march to 5,000 starts right now. Christina Weibel says, congrats on 4,000. Thank you, Christina. Thank you so much. Jen up the base says, Kimchi. Hi, Kimchi. As you well know, nobody loves Chugger John more than me. I wouldn't miss it, even though Judgmental Fold says, oh, did she block you? I didn't know that. Anyhow. Marsha Jones is here. Susie Jones, sorry, chat, I was lost for a minute. Well, now you're back. You've been found, or you found us. Karen, this is my first time here. I know John from Las Vegas is in here. John says, hello, John and truckers. Congratulations on 4,000. Thank you so much, John. I do appreciate you. Belfast Bob. So take off your clothes. Azolda Zinn is here. Thank you guys so much. West Webb says, we don't love God nor thank him for 4,000 subscribers. I don't know why you got to get that way about it. West Webb, where's the fucking dandelion? I told you. I already explained the whole thing. Now I'm not gonna rehash it. Karen names Hi Trucker John. I just followed and subscribed. Thank you so much, Karen. Thank you for the subscription. I do appreciate you. Hit that notification bell. We come on every day, Monday through Saturday. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow we'll do a special. Maybe tomorrow we'll do a special dandelion eating show or something. You know, maybe right after Boston Brian or right before Boston Brian. Before or so, I don't know. We'll do. But maybe should I do? Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I'll go find me a dandelion, and then we'll do that. Sandy Foltz here with all the hearts. Thank you, Sandy. Nick Rich says Trucker John said he would do a special live stream when he reached 4,000 and eat a dandelion. I can't recall who suggested it. Roxanne says that I'm the one who suggests. Roxanne 79, and that I guess I did. I think we were talking about what to do something special when I get to 4,000, and I probably blurted it out, and then all you guys held me to it. So, but like I said, maybe tomorrow we'll do a special little dandelion eating show. Maybe we'll do it after Boston Brian tomorrow. That way, maybe after Brian, you guys can jump over to my channel and watch me eat a dandelion. If you guys think that's a good idea, let me know. Trucker John, John from Las Vegas says, hey, Jen, up the base, you the man. I don't care what Trucker John says. I've never said that Jen up the base is not the man. I don't believe I've ever said that he's not the man. Karen Ames, I know a few friends here. Yeah, if you're a sparkler or a Steph head or just a decent human being, then you probably know some folks here. Sir Monkey says Trucker John also never defends the truckers that accidentally kidnap and murder people. I'm kidding. Yeah, you won't find me defending them. That's for sure. All right, we hit 4,000. So, you know what? In preparation for that, I believe I did. Oh, you know what? I don't think I have it in my library, do I? I don't think I can switch it out. Let's see here. Well, there's this. There we go. I had that in my library. Been waiting to use that for a long time now. We finally got it. There it is. YouTube. 4,000 subscribers. So, yippee! Thank you. 4,000 subscribers. Yeah. All righty then. We finally did it, guys. We finally hit 4,000. Finally. Bethany S. Arbaugh here says, hi, Trucker John. Subscribe to your show today. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bethany. You know, you put us over the top. You new guys, Karen and Bethany, you put us over the top, man. You finally got us over that hump. I appreciate it. DPD 5844 says, why does Maher hate Democrats? He had Caitlin Collins on. I don't know, but before this disappears, I want to say yippee to Nick Rich. Thank you so much for the super chat, $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I have to do it fast because the stuff is just disappearing off the screen. Also, Michael McAndrews, $10 super chat. Yippee, Michael McAndrews. Thank you so much. Happy Dandelion Day. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. And we will do a special Dandelion show tomorrow. I think I'm gonna do it tomorrow, right after Boston Brian. If that's okay with you guys. I'll do a special live tomorrow. All right? We'll do that right after Boston Brian. Does that sound good to everybody? I hope that sounds good. Damon Dog, I just restarted and you hit it. Yippee! Yeah, we got it. Azolda's in $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Azolda. I love the Gomer Pyle reference. Kindred spirit. Yippee to Azolda's in. Thank you so much. We made the goal. Not only did we get our 4,000, we also made our chat. I mean, our our super chat goal today. So today's been a good day. We got our 5 for 5s, and we got our 4,000 subscriptions. Been a good day on Trucker John, and we had a whole influx of trolls, which is a good sign, I'm told. That gets us out there in the algorithm, in the algorithms. I need to get me that Liberal Dan T-shirt. Liberal Dan, the best show on the internet, is selling a T-shirt that says I think it says Al Gore needs more rhythm or something like that. I should buy that shirt and then wear it on the show and then do something like this. Would that be funny? Prop says, in case you weren't watching, Bernie Sanders was just giving a speech on the truth about wealth and power when strangely, and then it disappeared. I'm sorry, guys. The chat is just moving so fast, I can't keep up with it. The days of me being able to read a chat might be coming to an end because we got so many people in here and it goes so fast. Damon Dog. Here's Damon Dog. That might have been the 5th one with the super chat. $1.99. Thank you, Damon Dog. And yippee, and one to grow on. Or maybe that was the 6th one. I don't even know. I've lost count. Thank you, Damon Dog. I do appreciate you. I guess I'm just going to have to read from the ones way in the bottom here. West Webb says 213. I guess I'm still 13 minutes behind in the chat. MJ Daniel says nobody mangles the English language quite like Dinky and his verbal shit or something like that. As well as then, we need a TJ dancing gif. Oof. You mean a little something like, let's see here. I wonder if I could bring that one up. It's not really a gif though. It's not a gift, but I do have that one little short that I made that's very, very short. And it's an AI depiction of me. It's not really me, but it's an, oops, don't shoot. I don't need that. It's an AI thing. We could use that maybe. Let's see. Where is it? Where? I hate when you have to scroll and scroll and scroll to look for something. Let's see. I think I passed it. Where is it? I know it's right in here somewhere. Why can't I find it? Dang it! I hate when it makes me click on something I don't want to click on. I know I must be staring right at it. I can't see it. Because I can see all the other ones that I've made, and they're all right there. But I can't see the one I'm looking for. Oh, you know what? I think it's right here. Oh, that's right. We got this here. There's that. Now, I think it doesn't let me keep more than one thing up or something, or more than one video up. Anyhow, so there was that. I did all that just for that. All right. David Windler says, "Yippee, 4,004. You're big time now." Well, I don't know about that. I mean, it's still very small. We're still a very small channel, but you know, I've been looking forward to this for a long time. You know, to getting to 4,000. So, that guy's still here? Belfast Bob must have lots of accounts, as can only change name on YouTube. Jeff Bates says, Trucker John, and let's not forget that recruiting video that TJ. Yes. The everything, yeah. Everything that everyone has done. If you made a recruiting video, if you shared the show, subbing to the show, it all matters. It all helps. So, you know, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the efforts that everyone has made. Roseanne 79 with a $4.99 super chat. Yippee, Roseanne! Thank you. I mean, Roxanne. I didn't mean to call you Roseanne. I'm so sorry. Roxanne 79. Thank you so much. Says, let's fucking go. Let the dandelion eating begin. Yippee. All right. Thank you so much. Yippee to Roxanne. Not Roseanne. Roxanne. Kristen Weill says, so glad I was here to see you reach 4,000. I appreciate you being here. Like I said, so what do you guys think? You guys don't mind if tomorrow we do the dandelion thing, right? I've missed a lot of the chats because it was going by so fast. I can't go back because like Josh says kimchi, and then like some kind of emoji that I don't know what it means, but so I don't know what kimchi said, but thanks for being here and anyhow. Damon Dog says couches moved around and cleaned under. Damn, I dropped a bunch of green leafy vegetable material between the crack. I would estimate at least half an ounce. Wow. I think that's a lot. Azola Zin said the trolls are reeling. Yeah. And thank you to the trolls. The trolls probably played some part in getting us out in the algorithm. So just thank everybody. Tim Farrell says, I don't want to see you eat a dandelion, John. We just want to see you happy. Thank you, Tim. And now I'll be even happier when we get to 5,000. Props says, sadly, I no longer subscribe to political shows. 20 plus years of politics on social media. While I agree with this show's sentiment, I'm tired of listening to a broken record and nothing changes. I don't know. I think a lot of things change for good or for bad. People got to stay involved. People need to stay involved and not check out. People need to vote. What happens when people don't vote? We get wannabe fascist dictators like Trump in office. So I think it's important to stay involved and not check out. But hey, I can understand if people get burned out and you need to take a break or something. But to just check out totally and to give up, I'm not there yet. Hey, Richard's here, the expat, watching from Australia, bright and early there, 5:20 a.m. apparently. Thanks for being here, Richard. We hit 4,000. In case you didn't, well, I do have the thing up now, so I guess you see that there. Let's see here. The chat is moving really fast, so it's really hard for me to read it. Soulcraft, we mentioned Dandelion Wine, the book. David Dog, I have to clean the couches too. I was blaming the cats, but you may be right. So Monkey says, Jesus fucking Christ, you do not understand what a troll is, and random hate-filled wankers called Joe Goebbels are not trolls. Yeah, they are certainly a whole different level, right? Mr. Spock's here. He says, once you eat one dandelion, you can't stop. Live long and prosper to Mr. Spock. Thanks for being here. Wait, where am I going? Over here. There we go. All right. Thanks for being here. I do appreciate you coming on in. Roxanne 79, Joe W. The N word is back. They get reported and blocked. They deserve to be punched in the throat. Satire, 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 satire. Yeah, I don't have a satire button. Anyhow, Tim She says, surrender. Anyone disrupting the chat is a troll, including that one subscriber. Chris Doug says, 4,000 subs means I get to eat a pound of fudge. There goes my A1C. Was that the deal that you had? Like, if Trucker John gets to 4,000, I'm eating a pound of fudge. I can't even see anything. It is frustrating when the chat is moving so fast, but I guess it's just one of those things. Yeah, I guess Roxanne was saying 21st century suffragettes are becoming on. I believe it'll be at the top of this hour, which will put us right around 2 hours for the show. So we could do a raid over there if you guys want to. In about 22 minutes, we could raid over to there, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow, right after Bross and Brian tomorrow, and we'll do the dandelion eating ceremony. I guess And I haven't gotten any negative feedback on that, so I guess that's what we're going to do. Thomas Walker says, Melania said, be watchful of AI. The other day, any thoughts of her warning about that issue? No, because she's an idiot. She's probably a bot. The AI, we'd be very careful that the AI be best of the AI. MJ Daniel, a whole bunch of dandelion ideas and recipes on YouTube. I'm really just gonna. My thoughts are, I was just gonna stick it in my mouth, chew it up, and swallow it as fast as I can. That was the plan. Not gonna get fancy. I'm not gonna, cook it or boil it or fry it or deep fry it or make a tea out of it. I'm not gonna smoke it. I'm just going to, like I said, swallow it down real fast. Richard says Melania is just a gold digger. That and probably a Russian asset or something. There's 007 here. Hello, 007 Kevin, Troll Slayer. We have been infested today with trolls, which I'm told is a good thing. Let's see here. I guess I'm caught up with the chat. Oh, maybe not. I guess I wasn't. Gino Maynard is here. Hey, Gino, good to see you. Thanks for coming on into the old chat room, hanging out with us. Today's a big day. We hit 4,000 subscribers. And I want to thank you and everyone for being a part of that. Wes Webb says Melania was a very high-priced escort. David Windler, dandelions and A1 sauce. Yeah, A1 sauce could make anything taste good, probably. Wes Webb says Dirty Donnie ordered her from his buddy Jeff. Apparently so. That's the way it's kind of looking. But she was, came through Epstein's connections and was flown here on his plane, probably. Michael McAndrews, I think there is a pervert troll in here with a pervert name. All right, I don't know who you could be talking about. The Lucky Minute, I like Dan's too. Sort of mucky Hal Gorillas. Yeah, MJ Daniel says Melania is probably a plant for Putin. His contact on the inside, worst assignment ever. Yeah, I've thought that too. That she's just a Russian asset and like a honeypot, and she probably reports directly back to Putin or whatever, or or maybe there's some go between, but Thank you, Belfast Bob. Belfast Bob says congrats. Josh says TJ should get something nice to wash it down with. I do have a couple Modelo's in the fridge. I was planning on washing it down with a Modelo. That's the plan. Jonathan says activate slow-mo. I don't have that function on my iPad. I'm reading this off of my iPad, and I don't believe it has that function. Well, you know what? You know what? Well, it has playback speed, but I don't think that's the chat speed. And let's see. Yeah, that just affects the video. It doesn't. I don't have anything on my iPad to slow the chat speed down. I think the people that can do that, I think they're doing that from a different operating system, like StreamYard or OBS or one of those things. They probably have that function when you're on that platform, but I'm not on that platform. I'm on an app. I'm using an app, the Prism app, Prism Live, as it says right there, Prism Live, and it's. I don't believe I'm able to do that. Christina Weibel says slow mode, John, will slow down the chat. I don't have slow mode. There is no slow mode. Unless, I mean, okay, so here's the deal. If I go over here, see the playback speed, but see, that's for the video. I believe, unless, yeah, I think that's all for the video. Let me see. Yeah, it makes, but maybe it slows the chat down too. I don't know. But I do know, like I just slowed it down, and I'm looking at the video, and it's like I'm in slow motion. Maybe that. Let's see. Roxanne says, good idea, Christina Weibel. You should go to slow mode for the chat. Yeah, I don't have slow mode. I really don't. I don't think. Well, I mean, it's in slow mode, but I'm not sure if it's slowing the chat down or not. It does slow the video way down. That's for sure. But the chat looks like it's the same speed as before. Richard says America is stuck with dictator Trump for 4 years. Yuck. Yep, that is. It's either going to be him or Vance. You know, if Trump doesn't finish out, in either way, in either scenario, it's not good. Our really only hope is to win the congressional elections in 2026, to at least try to stymie or, you know, their awful agenda that they're trying to carry out. I don't know if it's going to be a race to see if we can get there, you know. Nick Rich, I'm surprised that you guys are okay with the hate bot being allowed in here. As far as I'm concerned, if you want to boot them. At this point, apparently people are upset. Most of it I'm not seeing because Aaron is deleting most of it. So I guess I'm not seeing how bad it actually is. Maybe I don't know. Roxanne says thunderbolts and lightning very frightening. Kim, she says, Joe, you have Cheeto dust on your mouth. Belfast Bob says, definitely a 14-year-old in Mummy's basement. Maybe it is slowing the chat down. When I put the video on slow, now maybe it's too slow. I don't know. Susie Jones, were you dancing at the wedding? Well, that one little video, that was AI. That was just an AI thing. DPD 5844 says Moses Mike admitted on camera that Trump was the informant who turned Epstein in. So is it still a hoax? May says she fears no retribution from Trump because he was the one who exposed it all. What the fuck? And I have a little meme for that too. I think. Let's see here. Here's this here. It says, how can Trump be an FBI informant on Epstein if the Epstein case is a hoax? It's like, make up your mind, Trump. Is it a hoax? Or are you an informant? Now, Hal Sparks has talked about that. It's about that real estate deal that they were both going after the same property, and then Epstein bid on it and raised the price, like doubled the price, and then that pissed off Trump, and then Trump narked on him. I guess that's what that's about. He narked on him about being, about raping children, basically. So, yeah. So if you did that, then how can this be a hoax? You know. So I got that. J.A. Dickey says he just tried to rename the Department of Defense to the Department of War. What do you mean by tried? I don't think there's anything that's stopping him. I think he's going to do it. I don't know the procedure on that. If it has to go through, if something like that has to go through Congress or what, or if he can just do it. But someone did post maybe it was on Substack or something, saying that if they do that, it's going to cost us billions of dollars to change all the names, from of all the buildings and all the facilities, all the just everything that has Department of Defense written on it. It all has to be changed out to Department of War, and it's going to cost billions of dollars. So just more waste of money by Donald Trump. If this goes through, it'll just be more waste. But we can't have money to help feed people. We can't have money to help people with health care. We can't spend money to help people in any type of the social safety nets. But we can spend billions of dollars to change the name of the Department of Defense to the Department of War. That's another thing. Maybe everyone should contact their representatives and tell them, no, this is stupid. And if there's any way they can stop it or block it, they need to do that, because it's not a justifiable use of our taxpayer dollars. I'd much rather see that go to SNAP or go to Medicaid. Surrender Monkey, please don't eat buttercups. Please don't eat the daisies. Remember that? Wasn't that a show or something? Chris Doug says it's interesting because most incarcerated psychopaths don't have internet access in the location ward. Nick Rich, I hate haters. That's funny. So I guess you hate yourself. What a one? Oh no, yeah. What? Wait, is it 10 light say? Wait, 10 light stars. 01. I voted and still ended up homeless. Well, I'm sad to hear that you're now. That's another thing. Can we say homeless, or do I have to say unhoused? I don't know. There's certain things that we're supposed to say, but that sucks. It sucks. And even if you voted for the right person, let's say, too many other people voted for the wrong person. J.A. Dickens says Trump can't repeal the Reconstruction. See, it's going too fast. Nick Rich, I'm leaving before I start losing it. Sorry, guys. I'm here for the fun, not the bullshit. Well, I'm just skipping on down a little bit. Aaron West says the troll is gone. Tim Farrell says you went through some dark times, John, on your way to 4,000. I appreciate how authentic you are and your willingness to share. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, it's been a little rough road this last year, and I'm still working my way through it. Still working my way through, but hopefully, keep plugging along. As old as in, I'm listening to the book Dandelion Wine. I like it so far. Kim Chi says my name comes from my created dance exercise routine that looks Balinese. 25 years later, I met Mr. Chi from Indonesia of Chinese descent. I know 5 Indonesian words, but 0 Korean or Chinese. I don't know what HTH means. So anyhow, guys, we are almost at the top of the hour here. Hey, Marsha's gifted 5 memberships. Sent 5 Trucker John gift memberships. Thank you, Marsha. Yippee to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for doing that. It helps the show, help us grow, help us on our way to 5,000. On our way to 5,000. And Wayne Goen, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Wayne Goen. I don't know. Sorry if I'm not saying that right. Darkly Yours got one. Stephanie B2 got one. No Money G. And OG Adam Westish. Wow, look at there. So thank you, Marcia. I do appreciate you for doing that. J.A. Dickey, I think talking about Trump, just destroyed our economy with tariffs higher than Hoover's. Yeah, Donald Trump, absolutely the worst president in the history of our country, no doubt. Roger Dodger says that asshole's namesake, talking about that troll we had earlier, didn't end up too healthy at the end of the war. Pretty dumb name to take on. Yeah. DPD 5844 says that's precisely how we got here in the first place, with people not paying attention and choosing to keep their asses at home. You can no longer sit in silence because silence breeds complicity. October 18th, folks, there's going to be some more marches and protests, the No Kings type of a deal. So keep that in mind as we get closer to October 18th. We'll talk about that more and find out the places and the times and everything. And maybe we can get some folks out to those. I am kind of skipping down a little bit. Bethany says, I took a break for 8 months, recovery from stroke, still recovering. It will be almost a year. Yeah, that could be, it's a long road, isn't it? But you keep at it. You'll be making progress. Mr. Spock, you should have a Fear Factor background, TJ. For the Dandelion. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I will. Chris Doug says, this is the Trucker John live stream, not Rumble. I don't tolerate Nazis since I'm half German and look what fascism has done to the world. Yeah. I'm skipping down. Let's see here. Ivy Joe Rains, I just got a frost advisory. Wow. Where are you at? Ivy Joe, where are you? Getting a frost advisory. David Dog says, oh, I would love 30 inches about right now, Ivy. Prop says, feel like trolls follow me everywhere. It started when I started trolling the MAGA trolls almost 10 years ago. call it a hunch, but I think the presence of trolls in media is directly tied to Trump. Well, they certainly did. They certainly were utilized to get him elected, certainly in 2016, and I'm sure they didn't stop in 2020 or 2024. We just had such a great turnout in 2020 with that our high turnouts were able to overcome it. And then in 2024, we didn't have the turnout. And yeah, but the all that kind of stuff, bots, and whether they're troll bots or AI or they're actual people in troll farms, they use that. Yeah, that's all in the Mueller report. 007 Kevin says, Strugger John, it slows down what you wish it to. Not on my device. It just slowed down the video. Jay Dickey says it's a homage to the 10th Doctor on Doctor Who. Oh yeah, I've never really been into Doctor Who that much. Marshall Jones says hi, Belfast. I'm just kind of skipping down and needle dropping. I am needle dropping. Josh says it's the derptainment of Wort now. It's kind of funny when I just needle drop because you just never know. It's almost like I'm just pulling things out of a hat. J.A. Dickey says Trump wants to take it over, similar to what he did to the Smithsonian. Chris Doug, another needle drop, says no jinx at Damon Dog. We are like-minded fellas. Another needle drop here. Marsha Jones at Belfast Bob, mine too. It's that generation. I'm really just needle dropping here. Senator Muggy says happy bloody birthday to your mom at Marsha Jones. Yeah, happy birthday to your mom, Marsha. I didn't know I was so far behind, actually. I really didn't know. Marsha says happy birthday to your mom, Marsha Jones. In any case. Aaron says, Robbie Smith, I think you are in the wrong place. I'm totally just needle dropping here. Aaron says, sorry, that was 3 things. All right, guys. So I guess, do you guys want to go to the 21st century? Suffragettes? I never did really get any negative or positive feedback on tomorrow's show, if I do a surprise. So I guess just be on the lookout for tomorrow. We'll do a special dandelion eating show right after Boston Brian. Whatever time he comes on, I'm not even sure. I think he comes on, I want to say Pacific time, I think 10. Right? Let's see if I can find Boston Brian real quick here. He usually posts like something. Here's Boston Brian. Okay, so on Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern. So that would be 10 o'clock my time, right? I don't know why he just doesn't go Pacific time since he's Pacific time now. But so 10 is 11, 12, 1. So yeah. So 10 o'clock my time, Boston Brian's on, starting from about noon my time. So tomorrow, probably sometime between noon and 1, because Brian always goes long too. But sometime between noon and 1 tomorrow, we'll do a special dandelion eating show. All right. So make sure you guys hit that notification button and do that. I'm just thinking, so a lot of people have gone over to the 21st century and they are on right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put their link in the chat for anyone that wants to jump over there, because I'm going to end the show. And I just want to say thank you all for being here. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the 4,000, getting us to 4,000. Let's see here. That's the link to the 21st Century Suffragettes, I believe, if I did it right. If you want to go over there, make sure you said hi from Trucker John or Trucker John Convoy or whatever you want to call it. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. We got to 4,000. Woohoo! 4,000 subscribers. Finally, it just seems like it took forever. You know, it seems like once we got to like close to 1,000, we needed to get 1,000 to get monetized and all that kind of stuff. Plus the 4,000, I guess, watch hours. And once we did that, then things it seemed like we kind of were on a steady roll where I was getting subs and subs and subs. And then we kind of plateaued at around 3,500 or 3,600 or whatever. And then especially this last 100 is taken. It's taken forever to get from 3,900 to 4,000. So finally, we're there. We're past that little hump there, and hopefully, we'll just keep moving along. All right, guys. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Only thing left now is the words of wisdom for today. So get your pad out, get your pen, and write this down. Today's words of wisdom. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. So for today's words of wisdom, I just want to.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I tried to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid, but doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream. This is where we win, right here on the Trucker John live stream. No, it's time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Rolling down the highway in my rusty old rig. I'm a retired trucker, but my spirit's still big. Living broadcasting my thoughts for the world to keep. From politics to pop culture, I've got it all. Sharing my views, no matter how big or small. Talking about food, the movies and bugs, shining a light on all the social issues. No shows, I've driven through the desert, seen the city so bright. But now I'm living in a different kind of fight. From my apartment in Las Vegas, I hold the key, exploring the world through my live stream for free. In my apartment in Las Vegas, I hold the key, exploring the world through my live stream for free. So you want to take a trip down Paradise Road, but it ain't that pretty, it ain't paved with gold. Everybody's got the dirty little secrets, everybody's got some things unknown. But if you ain't real careful, baby, it'll cut you down to the bone. Under all those bright lights, you've gotta learn to ignore the glitter. It's all about fight or flight, and you don't wanna do either. So go on down to Paradise Road, it'll make you wish that you were young. But all it'll do is make you feel old and regret trading in your love for lust. It's all just a big charade, it's all just one big game, and it ain't about love. It's all about the thrills, it's about staying in the hunt, it's about going in for the kill. Show's over, I'm out here, so head on down to Paradise Road, that's where your friends are now. They're the people that nobody knows, so go ahead and make your big show. So live it up on Paradise Road, just don't let anyone know. It'll be your dirty little secret, it'll be your guilty little pleasure. Living a secret that the whole world sees, hiding in plain sight among the scum and the thieves. So damn hard to ever be pleased. Everyone wants to live the good life, everybody wants a piece of paradise. But where would you run? Where would you hide? What would you do to buy a little more time? Grandiose dreams of happily ever after are really just another day's end. And when the sun goes down, you just lay there wondering, can you really do it all again? You're praying for one last shot, you're hoping for one last big win. Paradise Road is calling, so you better hurry along. Paradise Road is calling, so you better hurry along.